Hi there, everyone. I'm checking to see if I'm live. I'm going to refresh my page. There I am. Okay, so hi everyone, and welcome to another YouTube live session here on the Pinkfresh Studio channel. Today we are going to create a scrapbooking layout, and I have a few things prepared, or well, not really prepared, but I do have an idea in mind that I would like to show you with the Holiday Dreams collection, because obviously we are, full on Christmas holiday scrapbooking now. But before I will show you what I have in mind, I'm going to wait a few moments for more people to join. Hi, Susie. And I'm going to explain, just like the regular information that I always give you at the beginning of those YouTube lives is that in each YouTube live, you can win a $15 gift card to the Pinkfresh Studio shop. And all you have to do is be active in the chat. So every time you write something in the chat, it's another entry to win or to be eligible to win. And at the end of this 1.5 hour crafty session, Heather behind the scenes, is going to randomly pick a winner. So hi, Heather. Hi, everyone. Hi, Margarita, Miss Tamp. Yeah, I hope I'm going to create something beautiful. We will see. So yeah, I did struggle a little bit with like coming up with something that I could do in today's live session. I do have a few ideas for some Christmas or holiday layouts, but I wanted to have something that, also makes sense in the setting of YouTube Live. So yeah, I'm going to flip my camera. Oh, and another thing, before I forget, so not only would we love for you to be active in the chat, we would love a thumbs up, or also if you share this video with friends, on social media or in a Facebook group, if that's allowed, or on your Facebook profile. And every time you share somewhere, let us know, so then you get another entry. So yeah, I think that's, most of the things that I wanted to explain or mention before we get started. Okay, so I flipped my camera and you can see here what I have, prepared, sort of. So I did print out 3 photos for today. I'm not sure if I'm going to use all of them, but I wanted to have some options. So 2 smaller ones in black and white. They are roughly 3 by 4 inches, and a larger one in color in 4 by 6 inches, but of the same moment. So that, but it's a different one. It's not totally different, but they are 2 different photos. So I thought that I might use more than one on this layout, but we will see. And then what I thought I would do today is create different ornaments from pattern paper, and also use my photo or photos and cut them into the shape of an ornament, a Christmas ornament, and have them hanging from the page. So I'm going to use some, not sure yet, maybe some embroidery floss or some twine, some ribbon, I'm not sure yet, that I could use to have them hanging from the top. And I also grabbed quite a stack of different dies that I thought might come in handy. So I'm obviously not going to use all of them because there's no time for that. But all of them had something that I thought might come in handy. So these ones, this is the artistic bows die set. This is probably one that I'm going to use because I thought I could create a bow with that and have it, on top, one of the ornaments. And then obviously some circle dies, because they would be perfect for cutting my photo, for example, or photos into the shape, in a circle as an ornament, and also some pattern papers, some snowflakes, just some things that I thought might work with this idea. And then these ones here, so you can see they are just like gray. So I wanted to share with you what you can do if you don't have an electronic die cutting machine like a Cameo, Cricut, Brother, whatever, or if you don't want to use it for whatever reason, because this is really easy. So you could of course just create ornaments in the shape of a circle, just different sized circles, and have them in different sizes, in different colors, patterns, and so on, on your page. But if you wanted to mix things up and include some other shapes for ornaments, and I've found these, just on Pinterest, then this is a great way to do it. If you can't draw by hand really well, like I, for example, meaning I can't draw by hand really well. So what you can do is simply find a photo or an image online. You could just Google like Christmas ornaments, Christmas ornament image, Christmas ornament clip art, something like that, or Christmas ornament coloring page even. And then just use that, print it out in black and white on regular printer paper, so nothing fancy. You don't need it in color, it's just for the shape. And then you just go ahead, cut them out with a pair of scissors. And these are obviously quite simple shapes, so it's really quick and easy. So cutting all of these took me maybe 3 minutes. And then you can just use those as a template and put it on your pattern paper, draw or use a pencil, draw the lines, and then cut that out, and cut the pattern paper out, and then you have the different shapes of ornaments. So it's really easy. You don't need an electronic die cutting machine for it. You don't need a specific die for it. And you can even vary the sizes that you need. So maybe you only want to do it for cards, then you could, of course, print them a lot smaller, for example, or you could blow them up even more. So you have just a few on the page, but a few larger ones. So that's totally up to you. So I thought I would share that idea with you. For how you can, cut your pattern paper into fun shapes without the need of a die or die cutting machine. So what I thought I would do is, of course, so these ones, I might not use all of them, but I just cut them out just in case. And I have my pattern paper here, and I have another idea for a layout that I just threw on a piece of white cardstock. And then, so these are also great for, just using some scraps that you have left, because as you can see, you don't need a large piece of pattern paper for that one, for example. And then for the, whatever you call that upper piece, like the hanger, I don't know what you call it, you can use some gold, silver, or just like metallic glitter cardstock, or like mirror cardstock. So I just have a few random ones here. And then same idea, you would just draw this upper part here on this piece of specialty cardstock, and then you have your ornament. And I'm going to show you, how it's done, because that's the idea for today. But then I obviously, or of course, also want to incorporate some, just some fun techniques. So I'm going to show you that in a second. We are first going to get started with some ornaments, and then we will see what we can incorporate. So first of all, I know that I definitely want this shape and this shape, and then also some smaller ones. So first I'm going to start with these two. and find some pattern papers that work with that size. And I'm going to check the comments real quick, or the chat real quick, to see if I'm missing any questions. Hi, everyone else. So I see Jane join, Cynthia, Wendy, Mona. Hi, everyone. Okay. All right. So, and then for my photo or photos, depending on, you know, how it's going. So, for example, this one would work great with that size photo. Or maybe even one that's a tiny bit larger. And then for these ones, I'm not sure if a circle is going to work. Maybe for this one it is. But he is off to one side a little bit. So for this one, it won't work really well. But I could use, or I could try to use one of those shapes. Or maybe this longer one. We will see. Okay, I'm gonna get started with some ornaments first, and then we will see which photo or photos I can use. And this time I want to, so you can see that the colors in this photo, and I might end up just using black and white, I'm not sure yet. But in case I don't, I want to make sure that the colors I'm choosing with the pattern papers are working with this photo. And you can see that's, you know, he has this light blue kind of snowsuit with some green on here. And then I have this kind of rusty red coat. And there isn't this exact tone in the collection, but I want to focus more on like the blues, maybe some light pink, and just a few pops of the darker green. So more of like a little bit more wintry than Christmassy, if you know what I mean. And then this one I saw and I thought, you know, that one would be perfect for cutting out an ornament, because I feel like it already has this print that could easily be on one of those ornaments. So before I forget, I'm definitely going to use, or, you know, cut that one. And I need to find a pencil. There it is, my Christmassy pencil. Okay, and I'm trying to fit this part here, or make sure that this part is roughly centered, which is a bit difficult because, you know, it's obviously printer paper and not vellum. So I can't see through it, but I think I should be okay. And, you know, if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to get it as best as I can. And you could also tape it down if you don't feel confident that you are not, you know, moving the template around. So it does involve some fussy cutting, this layout, but it's really not that difficult. And if you do have an electronic die cutting machine, you can obviously go ahead and use that and make your life a little bit easier. And I do have one, but I have to be honest, most of the time I'm just way too lazy to get it out, get it all set up, find the right cut file and all of that. So yeah, it's not getting used as much as I would like. Okay, and it doesn't look like much right now because I think it's gonna come to life a little bit when you when I add the hanger with some mirror cardstock or glitter cardstock. And as I said, I definitely want to go more in this light blue, light pink, and so on color scheme. And I know the pencil looks cute, but it doesn't draw that well. So yeah, going to use another one or a different one. And you could, of course, also cut some of the ornaments from some just colored cardstock or white cardstock and color it yourself with, you know, a blending tool or with watercolors, or you could, that's something that I want to show you as well. You could include embossing folders or cover plate dies to add some texture on some of your ornaments. You could definitely use a stencil and some glitter paste or something like that for some dimension and shiny elements. And I will try to do that in this live, but I'm not sure if, you know, I will have enough time. But just thinking of the effect that would give makes me really want to try it. But I didn't pick any stencils, I think, when rummaging through all of my stuff before. And here as well, I think that, you know, once you have all of the ornaments, and I'm going to add some embellishments on here, they are going to change the look a little bit. Because right now they don't look like much. They look a little bit flat and a little bit, I don't know, boring. I can zoom in a little bit, but let me see. Well, I'm going to move my camera a little bit closer to the desk. Like so. Sorry for the shaking. Okay. All right. And you also get some, so there's one pattern paper in here that has some ornaments already on it. And then this one, for example, you could cut that one out as well. I think in the ephemera pack, there's also some ornaments. So definitely make sure that you check, you know, the embellishments and papers for more things that you can add. And you can see here, you could even just cut out some of those hangers and add those instead of, you know, cutting them all from mirror cardstock. And I think I'm going to, I will cut one of those out. I'm not sure if I will use it because, as I said, I'm more going for this wintry color scheme, but we will see. And even if I end up not using it, I might use it on a different project. Now I am going to cut off the bow because those lines are too thin, at least for my abilities in fussy cutting, to cut those out. And I know watching someone fussy cut isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but I hope that, you know, things get more exciting once I have that part done. Okay, and I also have my crocodile here so that I can punch the holes for the hangers. And I did mess that up a little bit. So we will see. I might cover that part up with, you know, a bow or whatever. but I would, you know, as I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it because I'm not convinced by that red on. So we will see. I'm looking for some more pattern papers that go with my color scheme. And definitely this one. Oh, and of course, the back side of the light blue. So this one I also want to use. With, gonna put the ornament shapes that I already had to the side. And I am cutting them without the hangers on the top. You could cut like the whole ornament and then it would be easier to glue the hanger onto it. I might do that actually, now that I said it. Right. Okay. Now one more, I think in light pink, maybe. If I can find a paper that works. Let's see. Maybe the smaller paper pad. I might include this paper because it kind of looks, or it does look a little bit like this his snowsuit, or the pattern on it. Or maybe the words. I think those would look cute. Oh, that's the pattern I was looking for. And I'm using the 6x6 for that one because you get more of the pattern on the 6x6 because it's scaled down. So when you cut out small ornaments from that, you can see more of the pattern, if that makes sense. And I think after that one, I'm going to go ahead and die cut some circles so that I have some more, you know, not only the fussy cut ones, but also some circle shapes in there and some with like some fun texture on it. And I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. Okay. So I will, let's see what else I want. Oh, another thing, so I have this one. Oh, hi, not sure if it's Marcia or, yeah, I think Marcia and Carrie. Glad you could join us. So this one I had, you know, just in between all of the pattern papers, I fussy cut that one from, let's see if I can find the paper. From this pattern paper right here. And at first I had an idea that involved lots of these rows fussy cut, but after just fussy cutting one, I quickly abandoned that plan because I don't have the patience for that. But I do have this piece, and I thought that would look cute as sort of like a border, and I might cut one more for the lower border, but we will see about that. Or maybe I will just leave it at the top. We will see, but I think that would look cute and give it kind of a, I don't know, a little bit of a finishing touch, I would say. Hi, Linda. So glad you could join us. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I will cut that one into a circle. And even if I end up not using it on this layout, I can always use it on a different project, even if it's cut into a circle already. And I do have, so I have some of these hot foil nested circle frames already, you know, done, because I sometimes, when I create one, or sometimes I create a batch and then I just put them in the same, or in a sleeve, so that I have it for later. So we will see if, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too small. I'm not too sure about that. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut my larger photo first, and then we will see what I'm going to do about the smaller ones. Carrie, do you mean the scallop border? Yeah. As I said, I did have an idea, and I still think it would have looked nice. As I said, that involved quite a few of those scalloped lines, but I really don't have the patience for that. One of those, and it's not even the full length of the 12-inch paper. So I already gave up before I had one of them fully die cut. Or fully fussy cut, I want to say. All right. So, and I know I just cut off like this part here that has the light blue and the trees that I was hinting at, or was thinking of when thinking of my color scheme. But anyway, it's all good. That was at least the inspiration for it. Okay. So one more thing that just caught my eye. So these are the wood accent stickers, and there's one wood ornament on here already. But it does have this red, it's not really a sticker, but this red design on it. And as I said, I kind of don't want to use red, but it also has this one here in a circle with more of the light pink and just a little bit of the red. So what you can do is just peel off this part here and just change those two out. Or you could even just put a different design on top that you die cut from a piece of paper or whatever. But before I forget that, you know, so I think that would work really well with this whole ornament theme. Gonna just cut it out and just see if I can use it later, and then I might cover that part up with something else. But sometimes I have to, you know, place those things on my layout just so that I don't forget once I start putting everything together. Checking the cardstock stickers real quick. Just for ornaments right now, nothing else. There's this one here. I'm going to stick that one to some white notepad or note paper or whatever you would call that. And if I don't end up using that one, what I usually do, because of course now it's not sticky anymore, it's not a sticker as such anymore. I just put it in the same package as in the ephemera package. So now it's just, you know, just like a die cut, basically. But that way I can put it on my layout, as I said, so that I don't forget. And then I can see if I still want to use it once things come together. And you could also turn things like just simple circles into an ornament simply by adding a hanger at the top. And since this one fits the color scheme really well, and also this theme of winter, I'm gonna use it. Thank you, Heather. I really like this photo. It's one of my favorites from last year when we were just, you know, just out playing in the snow. Nothing monumental, no special event, but I think that these tend to be some of my favorite photos. Just the like everyday moments. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look through the ephemera pack just real quick to see if there's anything else that I can turn into an ornament or, you know, use on this page. And there are two more included here. So these are almost the same as on the pattern paper, just a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to use those. Coffee stickers. It's a red one. Nope. Okay, not sure about these. Definitely going to add some enamel dots. That's not a question. And then there are some circle frames, which would also be great turned into ornaments. And I think I'm just going to, let's see. Does it fit this one? It does. Okay. So I'm going to stick this frame, the chipboard frame, onto a piece of notepaper. And then this was from the ephemera pack. And then I'm going to use this as an ornament. Or you don't even have to create a hanger for all of these elements and, you know, hang them from the page. You could also just mix in a few circles here and there that you just lay out behind or above on top of some of the actual ornaments. Okay, then this one here is some mint, a mint frame. Maybe I can use it to frame one of these houses. Yep, works perfectly. Okay. And I might even change my mind, not do like just, just ornaments, because as I said, especially for these small ones, you could add a hanger for all of them, and I might after the video, but I definitely won't create a hanger for all of the ornaments in this live session, because that would be really boring to watch, watch me fussy cut, I don't know, 12 or 15 hangers from some mirror cardstock. So yeah, I might do 2 or 3 just so that you can see how I do it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What am I looking for? Right. So I was just thinking that I wasn't sure if I want to try and see if I want a frame around my photo or if I want to keep it as it is. I'm not sure about that yet. And then I thought this would look cute as a frame, but I think it would cut off. Yeah, you can't really see our faces anymore. So I would have to print the photo again a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to do that. But that would look really cute. I wish I had thought of that earlier. But it might work with the other photo. So let's see. And I'm sorry for the randomness again, but if you have watched some of my YouTube lives so far, you know that I tend to jump from from one idea to another. That's just the way my brain works sometimes. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to grab some white cardstock scraps, but it has to be the correct white, because it drives me nuts when there's different tones of white on the project. And I am going to use the, what is it called? It's the inverted stitched scallop circle die. And I'm going to cut the smaller one. So first the outer frame. You could cut them at once, I think, but it's a little bit difficult without taping everything down. Okay, so now I have just a regular circle, and then you can use this this sort of like scallop frame, and it doesn't cut out the outer circle because that is just a stitched line, but it does cut a window on the inside, and you will see what I mean in a second. Just making sure that it is centered on here. It was a little bit off center, but that's not a big deal, at least not for me. And now, so let's see if that is big enough. Yeah. So that was what I was thinking, that I might use it as a frame around this photo, because this one doesn't work because you would either only see him or me. I could do just him, but then I can also just use this photo and save this one for something else. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the larger circle again to die cut the photo. Oh, yeah. And I do have to die cut it, like it does go outside the photo a little bit, but that part will be covered by the frame. So don't worry about that. I'm glad to hear that you enjoy listening to the thought process. Sometimes I'm not sure if I, explain too much sometimes, but it also feels a little bit weird to just sit here and, say nothing. So that was what I was thinking. So I can now glue that on top. and have that as an ornament. Something like this. And then have the large one, the small one. And I will try and see if I can incorporate the third photo as well. Ideally with a circle size in between those two. But we will see if that works. Or if, part of the photo will be cut off. I'm going to check with one of my pre-made hot foil frames, because that's the easiest way to tell if it works. So this one is too big. You can see that that some of the white on the left and right is visible. This one is too small. So at least none of the hot foil frames work. See if nope, that one doesn't work either, and it is red, so I didn't really want to use it, but if it had fit the photo perfectly, then I might have reconsidered. So I could use that circle and just make sure that I cover, whichever side has some white on it, just have something overlap the photo or the ornament here. Not sure which part is the best choice. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and die cut it and then, deal with the issue of covering that part up later on. So not sure if any of you ever watched How I Met Your Mother, but there's an episode where Ted and Marshall, and I know, this makes me feel really old because it's been a few years since How I Met Your Mother was kind of new and trending. But anyway, there's an episode where Ted and Marshall fight or argue about something, and then they just decide to let future Ted and future Marshall deal with it. And that's often what I think to myself, like, just let future Kathleen deal with it. She might not like you for it, or me, like herself. But anyway. All right. So I feel like I can fit all three of the photos onto this page and still have some of the ornaments, mixed in. So let's see. I'm definitely going to create some hangers for my photos, just so that, first of all, you can see how I do that, and so that I can make sure that these are, glued down and I don't have to take them off after the live session again. And I know that I do have a die somewhere for like this hanger part, but first of all, it's not Pink Fresh. I don't even know which company it is. And I don't know where it is. I'm going to try to draw it by hand. We will see how that goes. It's nothing really difficult, but I'm really bad at drawing by hand. Probably not going to be symmetrical. We will see. But I'm guessing, you know, in the grand scheme of things, when the page is done, it's probably not even, no one's really going to look at the hangers. It's probably something that, you know, the person that creates the project usually obsesses about and no one else really notices. Yeah, that does drive me insane though, that these two are not symmetrical, or like that the piece is not symmetrical. But you can get, you know, the idea that I was going for here. One more try, and I'm going to make it a little bit larger. Now I would need Annette's hand, like freehand drawing skills. She's always really good at it. I'm not, as you can tell. Definitely. And you know, sometimes when you craft with a friend, for example, and they obsess about something like this, like one of those really minute details, I always tell them, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's, you know, no one's going to notice. But when you, or me, when I am in this situation, then I'm the same. I'm always like obsessing about things like that. I think that looks better, but it's not ideal. So we will stick with it for now, just so that I can carry on and show you something else, so that you don't have to watch me agonize over this part of the layout the whole time. So I'm just taping it down with some glue roller, so I can take that off without really damaging the photo, just in case I want to go back and try again at creating a hanger that is a little bit more symmetrical and pretty. Okay, gonna go ahead and glue down this scallop frame onto my photo. And there are so many things that you could do to create ornaments for this layout. You could also make turn one of the ornaments into a shaker, for example, with some vellum or acetate. You could, or I might even do that, make one of the ornaments and use it for the journaling. You could make one of the ornaments or more 3D, you know, so many things. I'm going to grab a circle punch real quick. So this is 1.5 inches. And I'm just going to show you real quick what I meant by 3D. So I'm going to use this the paper with the phrases. And I'm going to punch, I think 4. Let's try it with 4 circles. So all you need to do is fold them in half. With this pattern, you need to take into consideration the orientation of the design, I think, so that your text is still, you know, the right way up. You could use a scoreboard, or you could just do it by hand. Okay. And now you just glue them back to back. Oops. Make sure that you glue the two pieces together with the design the right way up, so that you don't have to text once this way and then that way, you know. I think I might need a fifth one, because I think it might look better with an uneven number, but we will see in a second. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. And, you know, this is nothing complicated. It's super easy to do, but I think it's always a really nice effect. I didn't glue that one down really well. And it just adds a nice touch, I think. Okay, better. Just making sure that I can still open all of them. Okay. Yeah, I think I need a fifth one so that there's the same number of, or yeah. I'm not going to explain why. It's just, it feels better with 5. Let's just put it like that. And you could do that with any other shape as well. So you could also do it with stars, for example, and just fold those in half. Or even like these ones you could do. But I think that, or, you know, these elements are a little bit easier to make with a shape that you can create quickly, either by die cutting or by punching or by, you know, using an electronic die cutting machine and not fussy cutting them all by hand, because that's a bit tedious. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. And I think that looks cute. All right. So let's see. So as I said, I'm definitely going to go back in and make new hangers after this video, after this live session. I don't like doing too many things, you know, off camera, but this is something that, as I said, it's not that difficult. It's just that when you want to get it right, you kind of have to, it takes some time. And I don't want to bore you with, you know, just doing that on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, assemble the page as if all of these elements already had hangers, and then you know what the design looks like. And I hope that's okay. All right, let's see how many we have, what we have, and if I need more, or where I want to place them. And I'm definitely going to use foam adhesive here and there to lift some of these up, just to give the impression of depth, so that, you know, some of the ornaments are further back, some are more in front, you know. And it does, you know, you do need some imagination right now to see what this is going to look like, or to, yeah. And I definitely want to have some of them overlapping. Okay. Now I also have this right here. So this is some vellum that I used one of the hot foil plates on, and this is maybe Heather can help me out. I forgot the name, and I'm not sure if I can find the packaging right now. I will add it to the caption, the video description later. Here it is. It's the Sparkle and Shine hot foil plate. So yeah, I had this piece of vellum still, in this packaging, and I just used the champagne foil on this because it's one of my favorite gold foils, and I thought that would look really cute, just layered on top of one of those ornaments. And I think on this one, because this already has these kind of mustard yellow ochre colored lines, so it does look a little bit like it's supposed to be gold. So I thought, thanks Heather for adding the link to the Sparkle and Shine hot foil plate. It's definitely one of my favorite hot foil plates from Pink Fresh, and it's perfect for Christmas, obviously, but you could use it for any type of project. You could also use it for birthday cards, just, celebration type projects, something like that, I think. And it looks so good on vellum. It looks really good, and I think it even looks like, like it is like vellum that you bought, not that you handmade. And I mean that in a positive way, in the sense of it looks really like high quality. Marcia, I just used regular vellum that I had in my stash, and I tried it on different vellums I have. I can't even tell you the brand because they were just scraps that I had left in my stash, but this one is a little bit more like opaque, a little bit thicker, I would say, than the one that I usually use, but both worked just fine. I never had a problem with any vellum that I used. Also not with the foil. It sticks really well. I didn't get any overfoiling, and I'm not a foil pro by any means, but that was surprisingly easy and successful. Okay, so right now you can see the glue that I added on here, but since there will be another, hanger on top, you won't see that in the end. I know. These are my favorite scissors, but they are, starting to have some, you can see the wear and tear. So I think some gold scissors from Pink Fresh would definitely be a great addition to the Pink Fresh tool range. Hint, hint. So maybe we should let Kinneri know. But I also already told her, because I sneaked in one of my Christmas event sneak peeks, I had these scissors as like just a photo prop, but I think they would be perfect for Pink Fresh. I mean, look how well they go with the tweezers and with the pickup tool. So yeah, I already told Kinneri that I think these need to be added to the Pink Fresh range. We will see what comes of that. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a hot foil machine, but you still want to have this sort of festive look and some metallic gold or shiny elements on your ornaments, you can always use some stamps and embossing powder, or you could use a stencil and some glitter paste. You know, there's lots of different options to get some glitter and shine on your ornaments without a hot foil machine. Definitely. Okay, trying to figure out what's next. I think, let's see. I think I'm going to commit to a placement for my photos, first of all. And since I want my photos to be, you know, to stand out, I will add some foam adhesive behind those. And something that I always tell you in all of my YouTube lives is that I never put my adhesive right to the edge. So as you can see, I just put 2 strips of foam centered more or less, so that I can later still slide some of the ornaments, you know, behind this one. So this one is going to be, let's see. You know what? I think I want the larger one to be a little bit more centered on the page. Like so. We're going to commit. Now on this one, I'm probably not going to add foam simply because I will tuck that one behind just slightly. And if I did add foam, then, you know, it would have the same height as the large one. So for those pieces where I don't need foam, those I'm just going to add with my, or adhere with my glue runner, my tape runner. And then I will permanently adhere them once they are finished, in the sense of have like their hangers and everything. Oh, you definitely need glitter paste. And my favorite glitter paste is like this white glitter paste, because it always works, and you can mix it with watercolors or with inks to create some colored glitter paste. So in the end, that's really more or less all you need, or maybe some gold and silver just to have all of the metallics. But white glitter paste is, in my opinion, the best. And it, especially for Christmas projects, holiday project, because it just looks so sparkly and snowy and just so pretty. Okay. So right now I'm just adhering the elements where I think they should go, so that I can continue with adding more embellishments. Because otherwise we will be here until tomorrow morning, and I don't think that, you know, you want to watch me that long. Let's see. Oh. I like that better. See, and this is why I like adhering those things with this tape runner first, because it's so easy to just take it off without damaging my paper. And once I'm sure that there's nothing that I want to add behind, I'm definitely going to add some foam adhesive along the edge here, so that the photo doesn't sag in this area. Is that the right word? Sag? I think it is. So it does, yeah, I think that's the correct word. Although this frame here, now that I look at it, would look really nice with the gold metallic paper as well. So I might even make another one with the gold metallic paper and just put it on top. Because, you know, that would also repeat the hanger. So for texture paste, well, the glitter paste, the one that I really like is the glimmer paste from Tonic Studios, the Nouveau glimmer paste. Other than that, I'm not too sure because I don't use texture paste and all of those things all that often. So maybe Heather can recommend something here, because card makers tend to use those things a little bit more. That works perfectly. That covers up the red part exactly. I'm going to go ahead and please don't have a heart attack, because I can't really pull that off without damaging it. So what I want to do, I'm going to use the snowflake to cover it up, and so I can use it as an ornament. But because I don't want the red to peek out from behind the snowflake, I am going to cut the edge. Don't have a heart attack. I am cutting it apart. Okay, so you can see here, so this is why I wanted to keep it, because it provides a base where I can glue my snowflake onto, and you won't see it. So you can't see that I just cut that, you know. Okay, so I really like that. I like that you can just see the wood peek out from behind the snowflake, and I think it fits this wintry color scheme really well. Don't you think? So I don't want to put it on here because that's light blue as well. So I think I'm going to overlap it slightly on this side. And then I can. So this border up here, I am going to add once everything is done, because I need the hangers first so that I can add the twine. And I want to put this on top of the twine so that it looks like the ornaments are hung behind that, I don't know, whatever you would call that, curtain thingy border. So let's see, I'm still trying to figure out what I can place to cover up that white part. Okay. And I'm sorry that it looks so, you know, unfinished right now. And it's probably not going to look very finished once we are done with this live session. And I apologize in advance. But as I said, sometimes you have an idea in the beginning and, you know, you can't really think of all of the things that might come up, or that you might, you know, I could have anticipated maybe that I need those hangers and I could have prepared them, but I didn't. So here we are. Great. Now my tape runner is empty. Okay. But I think we are getting there. You know, once you imagine some twine, let me see if I can, where did we put it? They have different options. I think that one is a little bit too thick. You know, something like this, like baker's twine, thickness of baker's twine. And then I can, so what I want to do is string that twine through the hanger, like so. So I'm going to show it, demonstrate it with this one large ornament. And then pull it tight. And just grab some, you know, you could use washi tape, or just some, you could also use double-sided adhesive if you want to do all of the ornaments at once. That would make your life a little bit easier. So you could just, you know, just pull it taut, I think is the word. And then on the back, I'm going to adhere it. So no need to tie a knot or to glue it down. And then just make sure that you're, you know, that it's in a straight line. And you can vary between having this string in front of one of the ornaments or behind. So that way, you know, you get this effect of dimension. And then once all of the ornaments are hung, this is what I was talking about. I am going to put the scallop border on top like this. And I think once you have all of these added, it will look a lot more put together, a lot more finished. At least I hope so. Oops. So I guess I'm sticking with more or less this light blue, light pink, mint, white color scheme. Thank you, Mona. So let's see if I can add, I want to see if I can add one bow. And it's probably, because the bow in the end will have a certain size, so it would need to be on one of the larger ornaments, I think. So let's see. What? So I want that part. I want the light pink. And, you know, if you enjoy this process video, even though it is a little bit, I don't know, I feel like there's not that much happening today. And I'm sorry if, you know, if you feel that way too, and if it's not exciting or, you know, I don't know, it's always a bit difficult to, yeah, to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gauge? I'm not sure if that's the word. To figure out beforehand if something is like educational enough, you know. Okay, so the way the basic or the artistic bows die works is that you get these, each bow consists of 3 elements. So you have the bow, like the part that is dimensional. Then you have the base that you put behind, and you can create 2 different bows with it. And then you have this smaller strip that you use to wrap around the bow. And the easiest way to make the bow curl without it, you know, getting like crease lines is just take a pencil and run your finger across, no, like on top, like you would curl some like gift wrapping ribbon. I'm looking for all kinds of words today. I think my brain is, I don't know. And then you glue that together. And then you glue that part or that piece onto the base. Like so. And then you need, I'm not sure, I think this one, I think the wider one is for that bow, but in the end, it's not really that important. Let's see. Going to use this scrap here with the mint green. Thank you for the feedback. I'm always happy to hear, you know, if you enjoyed it. And by the way, so as I said, sometimes it's a bit difficult to come up with things for the YouTube live that you think people might enjoy watching. If there's ever something that you would like to see in one of our lives, I think Natalie, or I think I can speak for Natalie as well, we are always happy to hear suggestions you have, like, I don't know, maybe for a certain theme or for a certain technique you would like to see included on a layout, you know, whatever it is, you can always message us, leave a comment under one of the videos, and then we can see if we can incorporate that in one of our future YouTube live videos. That would also make our lives a little bit easier, and we would know that at least some of you are interested in seeing that. So yeah, if you ever have something that you would like to see from me, let me know. Okay, so this is one of the bows, and this is what I was talking about. I think that looks really cute. I like that. I think it immediately adds something, and that way I don't even need to create a new hanger for that ornament because most of it is covered up. So it's a win-win. Non-Christmas winter holidays. Okay, well, I think, so this one doesn't have to do anything with Christmas, although I can see that ornaments do or are actually Christmassy. But yeah, I think, you know, once we approach January, because I'm not sure, but I think before Christmas, there's not going to be another, or is there? I think next week Natalie has another YouTube live session. So I'm not sure if she will see it or if she already has a plan for hers next week, but you know, in January, for example, I'm sure that there's going to be a winter type project. Non-Christmas, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out what else I can add before I add the hangers and all of the twine. And as for my title, so definitely some enamel dots, because I can't live without enamel dots. So for my title, I was thinking, I'm not even sure what I'm going to title this. But so these are the alpha stickers that go with this collection, but I don't want to use the red, and I think these are too large. These ones here are from the Garden Bouquet collection from the beginning of this year or middle of this year. They would fit perfectly, but I think they're also too big. But there's a second set of alpha stickers in this collection. There it is. This one. So this one has a great size, but first I need to figure out what the title is going to be. Oh, and another thing that I just saw that I was referring to earlier. So this is one of the cover plate dies, for example, that creates a texture. So these would also be great to first cut that, you know, like this one here, from a piece of white cardstock or colored cardstock, and then use your templates or a circle die and cut it into the shape of an ornament. And that way you get that texture on your ornament without, you know, needing a stencil or whatever. So that is something else that you can do with your ornaments. You're definitely going to add some enamel dots here and there already, because they always work. You can never go wrong with enamel dots. Oh, and I think I also grabbed, oh, these. So I have lots of gold here. I definitely am going to add some metallic pearls and gold for even more sparkle and shine. So I'm sticking to the light pink and this sort of blue on the enamel dots, because I don't want any of the red, and there's no mint green. And now for the metallic pearls. My heart tray, my Pinkfir Studio heart tray, and my dual tip tool to make my life easier. So I'm just going to add some glue dots first. And then I'm going to add my pearls. And you know, if you don't like that much sparkle or glitter or metallic, you could definitely skip that part or use a different color. You could also use silver to make it even more, you know, give it more of the wintry, frosty feel. But I just like gold so much. Even if I set out, you know, with the intention of using silver, I usually end up using gold instead. Okay, large one here. And just one or two more. And this tool makes it so easy. And I don't have any sticky fingers, which was always the part that I hated most about adding these tiny elements to my pages. I think that looks nice. I think that it might be enough gold bling. We will see. Let me check the comments real quick. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I know it's not, you know, as I said, it doesn't look all that finished, and I apologize for that, but I still hope that I could show you some ideas of what you could do, how you could create a scrapbook layout. And yeah, I think Or as I know I often do that, they tell you, you know, to watch out or to look out for the for the finished layout in the Pink Fresh Facebook group or on my channel, or sorry, my Instagram. You know what? I think that looks nice. Shouldn't have done that, because there's another thing that I would like to add. But I do like how that twig looks added there on top. You know what? I think that is what was missing. You know, hiding the red berries, because as I said, I don't want any of the red. But I really like that. I'm glad I did that. So let me know what you think. If I think that is kind of like, you know, sometimes, not sure about you, but sometimes I have projects where I feel like it's looking nice, it's looking, you know, I like it, but there's something missing. And sometimes I just can't figure out what it is. And sometimes it happens like, just like this, that you try something that you didn't even have in mind at the beginning or whatever, and then it ends up being the perfect addition. I think it adds a little bit, you know, because of course, ornaments are usually hung on a Christmas tree or some twigs or some, you know, yeah. So I think it adds that touch, and makes it a little bit more, I don't know, adds to the scene, I would say. So yeah, now this border up here, as I said, maybe I will add fussy cut another one to put it down here. We will see about that, if I have the patience for that. For the title, I am going to use the small ones and probably going to spell it around this ornament. But yeah, I think this is how, as far as it's going to go in this live session right now. Yeah. I'm going to stop fiddling around with things. So let me know what you think so far, if you like it. If I hope you know, that you will look out for the finished project. And I'm going to flip the camera real quick so that I can actually say goodbye to you. Okay. So as I said, I am going to add some finishing touches to this layout, and I'm going to share it in the Pink Fresh Studio Facebook group and also on my Instagram. So yeah, I hope you will look out for that, and that you will let me know what you think of it. I hope you enjoyed today's session, even though it was a little bit, I don't know, it didn't feel as smooth and flowy as it does sometimes, but I still hope that you took something from it. And let's see who is the winner of today's gift card. It's Wendy. Wendy H, congratulations. You won today's $15 gift card. All you have to do to claim it is email leah@pinkfreshstudio.com, Lea, no H at the end, to claim, so you can claim your prize and give her 2 to 3 business days to get back to you. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I believe next week on Thursday, it's going to be Natalie with you. And on Tuesday, I'm not sure if it's Leah or Heather, but one of the two. And I'm not going to see you again until Christmas. So I'm already going to tell you happy holidays. Enjoy your Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends. So yeah, take care, everyone, and see you next time. Bye.